everyone, it's Lindsay with the Creative Arrow, and today I'm going to do a little activity in my art journal that kind of goes a little unexpectedly. So let's flip to a new page and let me talk you through what happened. So I was initially inspired by this watercolor piece that my youngest and I did this morning, and I was going to use my iridescent sparkly watercolor paints to create something similar in my art journal. However, I completely forgot that the paper in this specific art journal doesn't really lend itself really well to wet on wet techniques. And so as I started putting one color on and then trying to add another color, I noticed it just wasn't working the way I wanted, and I wasn't going to get the effect that was in my inspiration. So I completely scrapped the idea and let it dry, and I turned it into something completely different. First thing I had to do was cover up the watercolor and get back to just a completely different basic idea. So I started with some scrapbook paper and glued them down and went from there. Next, I decided to add this large ink stamp that I got a couple weeks ago and I haven't even had the chance to use yet. So I just grabbed some black ink, dabbed it all around, and then kind of pressed it in the middle to give it just another layer of something else and see if I got inspired from here. While the ink was drying, I realized this would be a great background for kind of like a portrait, and I have this really cute die cut frame cut out, and so I found this girl with a coffee and really just kind of went for it. And this became my new inspiration and what really kind of drove the rest of the art journal page. Once I had the frame glued down, I realized that the overall vibe of this image so far is kind of a fall or winter scene. And so I really went with kind of the fall look. So I had these beautiful stickers that are autumn leaves falling off branches, and I thought that they would work perfectly with what I had so far. So I added some stickers and I really loved the way that it was looking. Since I did have the initial idea of using the watercolors, I chose one of the sparkly copper iridescent paints to kind of add to the edges and any place that I thought needed just a little bit more pizzazz. I let the watercolors dry, and then it was time to add a couple more stickers. So I had this one that's kind of like a flying ladybug or a flying beetle, but the color scheme matched really well, and I really enjoyed how it looked with the overall piece. I also have a couple more autumn leaves that I want to put down here at the bottom because I have a little quote that kind of fits perfectly with how I'm feeling today, and just a really good reminder to find joy in every day and make every day special. Now I have one more area up here towards the top that I think needs a little bit more, so I'm going to add a bumblebee, and then I'm done with this whole page, and I'm so pleased with it, and couldn't be more surprised by just how different it turned out from what my initial inspiration was. So here you have it. This is my autumn inspired art journal page that I did in the middle of July, but honestly, I love how it turned out, and I could really go for some fall vibes right now anyways. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe and leave me comments and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks so much. Bye.